All right.
Oh, shush, this is going to be a problem.
Set. And we are live on YouTube.
Yeah,
All right, we can come in. Can you hear what I'm playing?
I can't know. I can't know.
You can't.
Uh-uh.
Oh, that's not. All right. Okay, we'll come in. Is that, oh, you're able. Please bring out the headsets. So help.
Hey,
All right. Come in here so you can be on the stream.
Orisu, what up?
Master, Killings, but at
Wait,
all.
what? Erase
What?
You just held. That is
I'm
an
a,
unusual
I'm a
sign.
Uniben boy, man.
All right, let's go back in. That definitely brings back to mind the legendary One Who Has Gone to Rest. And that is Coming to America soundtrack. Of course, there is no how we're going to just, I know this has been acknowledged on Grapevine and the other shows, but it's just worthy to again bring it up. The impact and the contribution that this man had, not just to the movie industry, but how he inspired a lot of people into movie and voice acting. The voice of Lion King, because that's what a lot of people associate him with, as well as Darth Vader. And I'm referring to James Earl Jones. Rest his soul and may his memory live on in a good way. You're listening to Film Focus on Smooth 98.1, where we love music and we love life. It's 15 minutes past 11 o'clock. Film Focus is the name of the show, and we're all about movies. We're all about series, animations, shows, TV, documentary, and so many things that you can watch and just have a good time watching, and maybe sometimes get a lesson out of as you consume those content. You can be a part of it on WhatsApp 0809 444 0981. And you can also join us on YouTube, by the way. So you can see my face, you can see the face of Oris with his lovely T or round neck, and you can also see the face of Irabo, who has just walked into the studio in flesh and blood. And welcome, Irabo. How are you? Okay. What have you been up to? Because
Surviving.
surviving what?
Surviving Nigeria.
Ah, I see.
Irabo's mic is not audible.
Can you hear me, Oris? S to Oris.
Afarango.
S to Oris.
That's a challenge. Don't worry, I'm sure
S to Oris.
Oris can't hear you.
S.
Chill. Irabo's mic is inaudible.
Yeah, so that's, I think there's something with the YouTube connection or the Zoom connection, but we'll try to fix that anyways. So I guess
So Oris, you can't hear me. Oh wow. Okay.
maybe use my microphone. Can you say something here?
Oris, can you hear me now?
So now we understand it's not your voice that's the problem.
Anyways, so what's up? What have you been up to? Movically, Rabo. See,
Yes. I think I have to share the mic so that Oris can hear me.
yeah, okay. And
So I've been watching last year's single. There's something I like about Omni Obuli. A lot of people may not be fans of Omni Obuli, but I feel Omni Obuli uses her works to kind of create conversation. You know, if it's anything topical, it could be Nigeria situation with wives on strike, or anything about women, or it could be about love, relationships, marriage, or something. Yeah, people may not like the acting or the directing. I can understand where they're coming from with it, but every Omoni Oboli movie that I've watched or content that I've watched, I always see the message or messages that she's trying to, start with, her project. So that's what I see with it. It's not the best series out there, I don't know if it's Netflix worthy, but yes, it is maybe web series worthy, in my own opinion. But the conversations for sure are conversations we need to have. So yes, that's what I've been watching. It's 13 episodes deep, so you can go and check it out on the Red Pill. What else have I watched again? Yeah, Finished Perfect Couple. My God, that's a thriller indeed.
So I was actually going to ask you if you think that Omoni Oboli is much more of a great producer compared to an actress or director.
I think ah hmm,
That's a tough one.
yeah, because so I think she can act. Yes, it's not a case of she doesn't know how to act, but I feel that she's wearing too many hats and she kind of doesn't know how to juggle it. So it's if she focuses on one thing, I feel she would do great. If it's directing, yes, I feel if she doesn't act in the film and she just focuses on directing, yeah, she would do great. If she just focuses on acting, yes, she would do great. There's just something I don't like about Nollywood as well, which is the accent. I mean, I don't like the accents.
What accent?
Yeah, Nigerians in their films, you can't really know if they're speaking as Nigerians or they want to adopt, British accent or American accent, or they want to just be mixing it. It confuses me. Sometimes so okay, let me read something here in the studio. So love, music, love, life. So they can go like love, music, love, life. There's a way they would I don't know, it just puts me off. I don't know.
Arif, what's your take?
I have several takes. So let me start from Omoni Oboli. I want to say that Omoni Oboli is not, I can't say she's great at anything, to be honest, but
Yeah.
she's good at a bunch of things.
Yeah.
So Omoni Oboli is not a great actress because there are no great actresses in Nigeria. So it's not really her fault per se. It's an industry-wide problem. And why is that? It's mostly because no, but yeah, it's mostly because there are no real challenging roles. So it's difficult for you to say, hey, I don't know, do something I haven't done before. If you see an Omoni Oboli performance today, you see it in the next film, you see it in the other film, because it's practically the same. There's nobody's really moving the needle, anywhere out of the ordinary. So it's not really a fault. It's just an industry-wide problem. I will say that some of the men can be great. They can, only because men have better, they have better roles. I was telling somebody recently that in the entire history of New Nollywood, depending on when you want to talk about it, whether it is from Kenneth Gang's Confucian Awa or from Queen Afolayan's The Figurine, I think we don't have more than 3 iconic female characters. If it's not up to 3, I can think of Eniola Salami from King of Boys. That's for me is like an iconic character. I can't think of anybody else, really, to put in that. So what that means anyway is that our actresses are not served by great roles, and so you cannot really talk about them as being great, frankly. So if we have any dreams of an Oscar or something, it's going to come from somewhere else, not from acting, because it's not happening here. Anyway, so that's one. 2, the accent thing is a very big, your voice correct, 300,000% correct. 300 million% correct, your voice, because yes, I'm never really sure myself, to be honest. For me, it's more like a class thing. I think Irabo is thinking about it as geography. I'm thinking about it more as a problem from class. One of the issues we have in New Nollywood is that I think because this is my assumption, the economics of New Nollywood is cinema. That's kind of where a lot of money was coming from before streaming came into play. What that means is that you needed at least, back in the day, 3,000 naira to be able to go to the cinemas to watch a film. What that already did was to take away people who were not particularly middle class away from the cinemas. So they'll probably only go there when there's a holiday thing going on. But imagine that you're going to spend 3,000 every week. That's about 12,000. How much are you earning when minimum wage was 30K not too long ago? You understand? So that's a big problem. So I think I guess that a lot of the films that we saw were made by people who are from the middle class. And so the middle class in Nigeria is a very Oyibo aspirational type of thing. So when you go to Lekki, for instance, what Irabo is saying about the movies happens in Lekki. You hear people speaking like you're not really sure if they are British, if they're American, if they're European, or if they're Nigerian.
And it's not everybody that went to British international school. Do you understand?
Exactly, yes, but everybody speaks in a certain way in Lekki, in Ikoyi. So what that tells you already is that, okay, there is something happening there. And that has transferred from there onto the screen. So when you see this character, you see the character is supposed to be living in Mushin, he's talking like, I'm like, wait, so, but no, this is not how
Go now,
people live in Mushin. You know, so one of the problems is that even if we are a poor country, new Nollywood directors or producers or the team, new Nollywood doesn't understand poverty. So what Irabo is talking about, yes, he's talking about it in a regional sense. For me, I think about it more as a class problem. People who are in the industry did not come for poverty. So if they ever have to put somebody who isn't particularly suave or anything, they struggle because all they know is the fancy houses. So how do you portray somebody who is not from there in your movie? I remember saying it was Far From Home, right? And the boy, one of the lead character was supposed to be somebody who came from the mainland. And I'm looking at his house, like, this house is too well put together for somebody who doesn't have money to go to this school. But anyway, you see this a lot of times in film after film after film after film after film. And it's because the economics of New Nollywood doesn't support poor people. And so we cannot really take poor poverty and put it on the screen convincingly, accent-wise or otherwise.
Okay, so what do we need to do for them to have a good understanding of what it is?
It is a sensibility problem, you understand? So, and it's very difficult to solve a sensibility problem. You need to understand that that problem exists to be able to solve it. What we are seeing is people who are not really thinking. The Nollywood film we watch, it is, you can tell that people are not really thinking heavily about what they are doing. Somebody has a bright idea. I want to show, I don't know, a guy who was supposed to go to school abroad who couldn't afford it. And that's the idea. You understand? You're not thinking about, okay, what does this thing mean, society that we live in? Is there a political context? I recall a friend of mine telling me about how Nigerian stories generally lack a subtext. What that means is that this is what's happening, but what is happening underneath the story? You understand? So we don't really have that culture of thinking beyond the surface. So to change it will be people should listen to Rabon more, I guess, and listen to me more, and then go back home and say, hey, what exactly can we do differently?
Boris, I've just been laughing here. I know you didn't hear me, so I'm using Chill's mic
To laugh.
See, 1,000,000%. I just don't understand why the subtext and the subplots and all the subs, they don't even catch the subs that we throw at them. So obviously that's why they don't have it in their film. But my point is, it's something that needs to be talked about continuously. And I feel that Nollywood stakeholders, especially the producers, executive producers, are too sensitive when, we say these things. There have been points where people dissociate themselves from you because of said, remarks, and you're only saying it because you mean well, you come in peace. I feel the ecosystem is there where you have the likes of you, me, and other people that are really coming at them aggressively, which again, it's good for the culture, in my own opinion. But I would hope that it leads to change because a simple film should just have, yes, there are Nigerians who speak well. Do you understand? I mean, when you're on air, there's a way you have to modulate your voice so that you can be consistent and don't lose your breath and all that. But, when you now start hearing accents, it just, the thing is so discouraging. When I was watching, and the funny thing, last year's single is a very good plot, it opened up my eyes to the different types of women that are out there today. And I'm like, wow. But again, let's see what subsequent productions will be like. Hopefully, it changes.
Okay, you're listening to Film Focus on Smooth 98.1. I see your messages. I'll take them right after this.
Recording. And when it comes to great music, keep it tuned right here on Smooth 98.1.
Oh, okay. This one. This camera. Oh, okay. So because of that, he can't hear me. So which other mic can I use? So we have to share this one.
No, but you're a little audible now.
It's because it's closer to my microphone.
Okay. So what's wrong with that? What's this problem actually?
I honestly don't know. So to come back on, less than a minute, actually, 12 seconds. All right, go back.
Right here is Smooth 98.1. Love music, love life.
Yes.
Love music, love life, love movies. You are listening to Film Focus on Smooth 98.1. 28 minutes past 11 o'clock, and we're only just getting started. So you can let us know what you have been listening to in terms of the analysis as well as the contribution. And if you agree with the takes from Oris or Irabo or not, WhatsApp line is 0809 444 0981. Charles Chidozie says, "Oh dear Oris, I greet you in the name of our Lord." Hashtag Film Focus. Well, you should greet Irabo too. And Wilson says, "Good morning, Madam Oluwaseun. Is that Oris or Irabo? The same voice, the tone, the same style of speaking, attire for the matter. What of Irabo? Well, Irabo is here. I guess you sensed this message earlier before he came in." And he further said, "We're not a poor country. It's been the management over the years that made it seem like we're poor." I don't think that's the issue. We don't have to be a poor country, by the way. Data suggests otherwise. I think according to 2023 data, 12% of the world's extreme poverty is in Nigeria, but that's not the point. We don't have to be an impoverished country for us to be able to tell stories of poverty. Now, this is my take. There is a way to do things. There is an art, there is a science of something. So if you're going to tell a story about poverty, can as well do it well. I want to assume that is the argument. And there's James, Oluwaseyi says, James Earl Jones, 60s and 70s kids know him as Darth Vader, and the 90s kids knew him as Mufasa. True, actually. It was a great voice.
Sorry, Sean, please. It's Darth Vader. Stop calling it Vader. I use God beg you. Please. Do it for us.
I've been wanting to correct that, but I keep quiet. And wait, me.
I saw it on your face, actually. I saw it on your face earlier.
Well, thank you for the correction. He was a great voiceover artist with an iconic voice. That's actually one funny thing. I never watched it. Yeah, I never watched it. Meanwhile, said, "Our accents are confused in Nigeria. Too many influences. We watch American cinema, British cinema, and then Bollywood. And the guys in the studio has got it right because it's not making their storytelling great or unique. Makes most Nigerians unable to really relate to the stories. Lagos is a small part of Nigeria." That, if we should get into that, I think it's an unending conversation. Right? How many people keep saying you cannot use Lagos as a yardstick for Nigeria and you cannot use it to represent Nigeria. Well, like I said, it's not a conversation we're going to get into. Dan from Lekki says, "Sheon, you have discovered the factors that made calm men rise above others in..." Oh no, I'm not going to fall for the setup again. Charles started it last week. I am not. I found out too late and I'm not going to repeat it. Isaac says, "Good morning, Sheon and my Edo brothers. You guys are doing a wonderful job. Keep it up." Angel, it's been a minute. Thank you for coming back. Good morning to you too. And says, "Irabo," she says, "Irabo and Oris always come in peace." No way. Oh, with guns blazing. I forgot that part. But mean very well. But you come with the guns regardless. How do you come with guns and mean very well? It's opposite. They don't gel.
It's for order. It's to create order. You know, it's why every country has a defense system or a defense ministry. You need to create order. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now let's go back to before we get into the updates generally, not just in Nollywood, but also across Africa. Let's talk about some of the movies that Nigerians are watching on the streaming platforms, and starting with the red pill, like you call it. Is it the red pill you call it? Mm-hmm. Okay. So in terms of the movies, number 10, I'll go to number 10 now. Nigerians seem to love something like gold, and it's number 10. Gemini Man is on number 9. Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw. They're still watching it.
Which one are you talking about?
I'm surprised.
He can't hear you, you know? So Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw is number 8. Nigerians are still watching Tokumbo, so it is number 7, Tokumbo. And number 6 is Madam Web. Number 5 is Barbarian. That one just got recently added, and they are loving it. The Deliverance is number 4, and according to reports and reviews I hear, it's just slightly above average. Has any one of you seen it?
But I've
Okay.
been
I haven't, but it's Lee Daniels, so I'm not surprised. It's kind of what he does. It's just above average.
All right. Number 3 is Outlaw. Number 2 is The Day After Tomorrow. While number 1 is a movie I got into a conversation with someone today who said that, I think you mentioned it last week, so the person wanted to watch it. Rebel Ridge. Did you see it?
I have seen it. Yes, I have. Yes.
Great. So in terms of the TV shows that Nigerians are watching, I'm not even surprised. Number 10, Romance in the House, K-drama, and I guess. And number 9 is Supercell. Number 8 is Oloture The Journey. Mermaid Magic is number 7. Chastity High is number 6. Number 5, another K-drama, Love Next Door. Number 4, Chaos, or maybe Chaos, I'm not sure. And number 3 is The Perfect Couple. Which one of you saw it?
I've seen it.
Rabo is the perfect couple guy. I'm seeing it too, by the way. I just haven't finished the first 2 episodes.
Guess number 2, Prison Break. And number 1, yeah, that's what I have to say. Yeah. While number 1 is last year's single. Nigerians seem to be digging it, or at least according to the numbers. So that's what Nigerians are seeing on the Red app. And if you want to join that, it's okay. You can also tell us what you are watching. 0809-444-0981. That's the line to send in your comments and your contributions too. Terrible.
I mean, we're doing red pill, blue pill. What do we call our own homegrown, platform? What color do we give it? Purple pill.
Which one?
Yeah, I don't want to call name now. The one that ends with Max.
You came up with the red pill bubble.
No, you are the one.
I call it red app, blue app. You call it pill.
I call it pill because of Matrix now.
Well, that's what I'm saying, that you don't get to.
Okay, so just give us another color for the other one now. I mean, can we agree on something?
Multicolor.
Purple pill.
It's orange, isn't it? It's orange, or is it what color is it?
Orange, purple. I mean, which color are they using now again?
Yeah, they changed it this year.
Coat of many colors.
Joseph pill.
That's a way to look at it.
Pill.
Number 10 is My Spy, The Eternal City. I'm talking about the top 10 now in Nigeria on the Blue app. Number 9 is Clash of the Titans. Number 8, Those About to Die. That list didn't change much. Criminal is number 7. No Gain, No Love, Another Love, Romance, and K-drama. Number 5, Beast. Number 4, Jackpot. Number 3, Black Adam. Number 2, Joint Venture. And number 1, The Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. I thought Oris wanted to watch it last week. Did you watch it?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry. No, wait. No, did I want to watch it? No, I don't want to watch it actually, because I recall I tried watching the first few episodes of the first season and I wasn't impressed. I'm a House of Dragon guy. I'm not a Lord of the Rings guy, sadly. So yeah. So I don't want to watch it actually. I'm not.
You're the Let It Burn guy.
Yeah, let it. I mean, I don't think it's great. I don't think did it get any Emmy? I don't think it did. Where House of Dragon actually swept a few. So I'm not super interested, frankly. And by the way, you kind of understand why we've been having really shitty movies, by the way, pardon my French, for a long time in Hollywood, because you see some of the movies that become top 10 and stay there for a while. You're like, okay, so this is what we really are like. So when those producers were telling us all of the while that, you know what, they are giving Nigerians like, I'm like, yeah, it looks like they were right after all. We are not the smartest people on the planet. Sad to say.
Oris.
That's my name.
No comments.
I have a thought for you, Oris. I agree with that school of thought. In fact, I'm even confused by the Nigerian audience. I don't even know the Nigerian audience. I'm still trying to figure it out, because there's some films that'll come to cinema and it does well. There's some films that they are great, pound for pound, they don't do well. Do you understand? Yes, there's some films that don't do promotions and everything. But I feel that there are a lot of people that have gone to school that are educated enough because they enjoy Hollywood movies as well and Bollywood movies. I feel that it's the producers that are playing it safe or not looking to take that chance, or just are making do with what they have or something. I don't feel it's entirely only about the audience. I think the audience still kind of understands great content if they see it. But I feel, again, the budget of a Hollywood film, typically, let's say you want to just do a normal rom-com, they're already paying maybe somewhere like JLo 7M. Do you get in dollars? So how much would that budget be? Let's say like 30M, 50M for them to be able to do that kind of quality. Do we even have that money to do it? But do we even really require more? So it's a very tricky thing. I'm still trying to figure it out, but I don't think it's only the audience, Sha.
Okay, yeah. So I mean, okay, let me Shane, I can respond, Adi, briefly.
30 seconds.
Okay, good. I think first things first, Irabo, fair point. You have to understand that part of my job in this world is to just hear people. So when I say things like that, I don't really mean it 100%. I just like to make certain comments. So you're right. But I think what has happened is that over the years, people who would have supported really good movies at the cinemas, those educated people you speak about, they have been disappointed. So what has happened is that they've seen, I mean, if you were watching movies at the cinemas or anywhere from years ago, you saw 2, you saw 3, you saw 5, and they were all below par. I think what happens is that you just stay off and you know what, please, I'm not even going to go to the cinemas. So I believe that that audience needs to be recultivated. Unfortunately, to take a long time to bring them back to the cinemas. And the problem now we are having is that even as we speak, there may be a few good movies, but a lot of them are still not great. So it means that if they try one film and it doesn't quite work out, they are then put off for another 2 years. So in a way, the people who are doing those movies are kind of struggling against a crashing. There's no way. You are trying to move up the mountain. The mountain is moving up. It's even getting higher. So that's the real problem. So the people who can support those movies, unfortunately, have been supported too many times to ever really want to go to cinemas or to, I don't know, watch them on streaming even regularly when you have better or more acclaimed movies. So that's why, again, most of the guys who are doing those films understand that rather than try to convince Nigerians to go to the cinemas, if they can get foreign acclaim, they can then use that for Nigeria. Unfortunately, that isn't working out well either. So in a way, trouble.
We're doomed.
Exactly.
We're dead.
Exactly.
We're dead.
Anyways, kind of reminds me of the movie, the 1992 film, A Few Good Men, when you mentioned A Few Good Movies.
Well, let's come to the update and what's happening in Nollywood and when to expect what. So did anyone see the update about Funke Akindele and how she mentioned that her movie, The Return of Jennifer, coming out, Everybody Loves Jennifer rather, that will be out in December, that it was self-funded. I think that was the... You want to say something, Aris?
Yeah, I saw that, which is a little surprising, frankly. But I don't think I think she put that there to make it look like people are trying. I don't know. Maybe that's not the idea, but it felt like she's saying she isn't getting some kind of support. But I don't think that's the case. I think what is happening instead is that Funke has come to the point where she can self-finance her own movies, and what that will do is going to give her 100% of the profits. So I think that's where she is at. So I don't think it's a question of I couldn't find somebody to give me 2 million, 5 million, 10 million, 20 million, 50 million to do this film. It's more like, can she do it? And what does that mean eventually? So if you have the kind of funding, Funke is like, technically speaking, she's like a studio. So when you're thinking about people in Nigeria who are like what was it, like the big guys abroad? Not Tyler, no, I'm talking about actual studios. So what's that? The app, the phone, the guys that Tim Cook and the rest of them at Apple.
Apple?
Yeah. Bezos. You get people like that. They can afford to say, you know what? Apple can do 3,000 movies and they don't need a single dollar from anybody. That's where Funke is actually. So if she wants to reach out to say, hey guys, give me money, that's fine. But Funke can do her movies by herself. And let's not forget that Funke is not doing the most high concept film. She's not creating like any visual effects that's super expensive. No, but I'm serious. So she's doing films that probably are within the range of maybe 100 to 200 or 250 million naira. I'm saying that I believe Funke can do those movies herself. So if she's going to go high and say, hey, we want to do a movie that's going to travel, it's going to blow everybody's mind across the world, then she would need funding. So I don't really believe that Funke can raise money. It's just a sense that, you know what, this is the holiday period. It's like a certainty that Funke will clean out Why clean out and share profits when you can clean out and get everything yourself? So I think it's a business thing that she's done. It's not about money raising. She's not in the level of, I don't know, Irabo and Co that will need to go and give people money. She can just do stuff herself.
I truly agree that yapping people is what you live for, Oris. Yapping people. If we caught you right now, you will bleed yap.
Oh my God. And I don't do films, so.
All right, so I'm going to read out what she posted on X. She said, "Proud moment. I want to celebrate the incredible 175 crew members who worked
Cheryl, you need to be closer to the mic.
My own mic now.
So yes, so it's better now, yes. But it wasn't good just now.
Mic on.
Proud moment. I want to celebrate the incredible 175 crew members who worked tirelessly for 9 weeks to bring Everybody Loves Jennifer to life. As a self-funded project, I am honored to have empowered a team of talented individuals, with 95% of them being young people, to showcase their skills. Special shout out to our Nigerian and Ghanaian crew members who collaborated seamlessly to make this happen. I believe in empowering the next generation and giving them opportunities to shine, and shine they did. Get ready for the movie's release in December. And pretty much it. But I'm sure that she's going to be sharing her income with, when I say income, now you know what I mean, with some other people who already have movies slated for December, one of them being AY. And that also that has some sort of partnership with a certain film house or
No. AY doesn't have. No, AY has with Silverbird and Genesis.
So I really, find this conflict funny. How do we even talk about films if we can't mention, certain names? Do you understand?
Oh, we can't mention the distributors. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, do you understand? So I'm not looking like, okay, so how will people even know, I'm not trying to look for trouble, for someone to sellotape my mouth. I'm just saying that, how else would we be able to disseminate knowledge at the end of the day if we can't even say that AY has a partnership? So we just say AY has a partnership with XYZ.
We need a list, Sean. I'm sorry. We need a list to just understand what we can say, what we can't say, frankly. All I know is you cannot say obscenities. That's all that's in my head.
The worst part is I think that list will be useless to both of you, especially to you, Oris, because you have broken so many rules. You have said so many words that you ought not to say. No, you are nowhere good.
I'm a good boy.
You are nowhere good, but that's not the story. Let's move on. Talking about partnerships. Film Festival is coming to Nigeria. Now, not coming to Nigeria. Nigeria is bringing Film Festival to the world. We're going to have the Lagos International Theatre Festival that will debut this November, and that is coming from Bolanle Austin Peters. And she's going to have a number of people on that. You were not aware of it? Why did you say what?
No, when you said Film Festival is coming to Nigeria, I'm just like, I'm not really sure what that means.
No, I said it's more like we are bringing Film Festival from here to the world.
I still don't get it, but fair enough. I understand that there's that Bolanle Austin Peters, who we can mention, sadly. She's a brand herself, so maybe we shouldn't mention her either. Anyway, but yes. Anyway, she's bringing. She's about to start.
You again.
And that goes to more Abudu.
Exactly, all of them. Exactly.
So just
because they're all brands.
Oris, let's do a broadcast where we are not able to mention something. So welcome to Film Focus. My name is Irabo Okoso and Oris. So we're going to be talking about movies. There's something showing somewhere, Sha, but go and watch it when you let us.
Oris, please.
But anyway, so let us come back to what we are talking about here. So she's about to do a theater festival. I mean, good for her. There's just a way the women in the culture space seem to just be moving like on an incredible level, frankly. I think a few weeks ago, Bolanle Austin Peters announced that she has a film with somewhere in Ekpe. So 2 months later, she's announcing that she's doing an international theater festival. The person who is the head of AFRIF is also a lady, Chioma Ude. You have two of our biggest, maybe our most exciting director in my own view is a lady, Jadi Oshibero. You have the person who, the producers, there's Funke we just spoke about just now, who is topping the box office charts. You have Mabudu, who is probably the most internationally recognized producer from Nigeria. It's like, you know what, there's a huge female-led push across all of the cultural spaces, except music, of course, which is the only one where I feel men are like the dominant people, gender rather. But yes, otherwise. So anyway, back to this. I mean, we'll see how it goes. My issue with Bola Peters has always been that for somebody who is as what's the word? Well, I guess she's one of the Lagos elite, I believe. I don't think that we have seen her do a truly elite movie, you know. But she has had quite a success with doing theater. And she moved from being a producer to a director, just the same way she did in the movies. And I think she's been fine. So hopefully the theater stuff goes well. I will be watching. I'll be there. Fingers crossed.
All right, then. So talking about the festival, it will happen from the 15th to 17th of November 2024. And you have 4 major venues. There will be the National Theatre, that's the Wole Soyinka Center for Culture and Creative Arts. There will be Terra Culture, there will be Musan Center, there will be John Randall Center. And then you have a number of people and governing boards, notable figures who are on the advisory and governing boards. You have the likes of Auntie Joke Silva, you have Femi Elufoju Jr., you have Chilma Ude, you have German Anikulapo, Israel Abel, Samuel Perry, and Kende Bankole, Osasi Godaro, and more. So aside that, you're going to be having workshops, masterclasses, panel discussions, and so on. Rabo, what's your take?
I mean, it's about time for us to be able to tap into that aspect. You know, in Hollywood, you have the Emmys, you have Golden Globes, you have Oscars, and you have their Tonys, you know, which is focused on theater. So the fact that we have theater, you know, a festival or some sort, you know, we don't have the awards yet. It's not really proliferated in Nigeria. Yes, we have, you know, the theater elites and people who go for those things in December and different times of the year, but I'm happy that this is coming through. So it's something I look forward to for sure, because a lot of people don't know that aside cinemas, you can also go and watch theater across different, you know, genres and, you know, locations. I've been to law school, different places to see theater, you know, theater culture and everything. So it's a beautiful thing to see. And from there, you're able to understand how actors can be, and you can recruit. Most of the people who have done theater have also gone on to star in Bolanle Peters films, you know. So the government, in fact, in Lagos, I give them kudos for the arts and entertainment. You know, they've done a lot of things with Elka. They're doing with, you know, LITF now. I mean, they've done a little bit with Afrif. Yeah, so it's a good thing for sure. I'll always give people their flowers whenever they're doing great things.
Thank you.
Yeah, just to add, to compare this to the international space, the guy who is the lead of Rebel Ridge, which is the #1 film on the Red app in Nigeria, actually came from stage. Barry Jenkins, the guy that directed Moonlight and won Best Picture some 2013 or thereabout, actually saw him on stage and then cast him as Mufasa in the Lion King film that's going to come out in December, by the way. So yeah, so there's a sense in which stage can sometimes feed into cinema.
Okay, about updates still. I remember sometimes, I think it was last month or so, when Oluwaseyi was asking about Wura.
Well, if you're a Wura fan, congratulations. You're going to have a new season premiering on the 23rd of September. That is in some days, more days time. So if you want to continue watching it, you know what to do. Now, still speaking about streaming, Nigeria seems to be having a number of options. There is a movie, I think it's been a minute, I saw Osi Ukeje. So did anyone ever see the trailer of Blackmail or the poster as of when it was done then? I think it had something to do with the film festival. Yeah. Did you see the movie?
Yeah. I no, not the film, but I saw the trailer with Osi Ukeje. It's by Obi Emelonye, who, frankly, in my view, has never done a great film, even if he's done a lot of films. So I just keep hoping that one day he does something that is above average, but so far he hasn't done that. I like Osi very much, and I think Osi is super, super talented. And before he ran away to, was it Canada, wherever he ran away to, he was one of our really, what's the word now, promising actors before he disappeared from Nollywood. So hopefully he's back, but hopefully he comes back and he does like with, well, a better director. But hey, I would see this film and see whether it's good, frankly. But I'm not a big fan of Obi at all.
He's actually the only black or in this film, and that's why I find it really interesting. It was produced.
Yeah, but did you see the trailer? Some of the white actors and actresses were just terrible. So I'm not looking. It's not a good look either.
It's on the streaming platform. It's on the Blue app. So I guess we all can just go watch it and have an idea and converge next week and talk about if it was a good idea or not. But yeah, so the movie is titled Blackmail, in case you want to add that to your watch list. But you wanted to say something?
No. I mean, I think I've even forgotten what I wanted to say. I agree with Oris. Obi hasn't done any, solid film. And you just have a lot of names in Nollywood, Obi Emelonye, Izu Ojukwu, and all these people. You just be like, you just hear names and you're like, you think they've done something great. If you are really honest with yourself, you will see that, they've not really brought their A game. And that's what I keep saying, where I feel people just need to be constructive with calling out these guys whenever they're releasing content, and you're just taking us for granted when they just drop in anything and just expect us to, swallow it and, be done with it. So most definitely,
Yeah.
I hope that this one, would be solid enough. Yeah.
Let's move over to Kenya as we wrap things up. I don't know what they call the film industry. Maybe I'll call it Kenya Wood.
Kenwood.
It can't be Kenwood. Kenwood brings back memories of the appliance that we used in listening to songs back then. My dad had such a lovely brown one and great music I listened to on it. But anyways, so Kenya has an Oscar contender for the 2025 Academy Awards. Nawi. Has anybody ever heard of it?
Nawi or Nawi?
I only heard about it because, of course, they announced that it is the film for going for the Oscars. But before that, East Africa to us in Nigeria is like a strange, unknown land. So yeah, I doubt anybody here was aware of this film up before this announcement was made. For me, I'm just thinking about what it means for Nigeria, Sha, because they've announced theirs now. This is way before the Oscars. I do not think that we are going to be able to announce anyone from Nigeria this year because we don't have any big film that is in a local language that did. Yeah, I don't think there's going to be any film from Nigeria, but we'll see.
Terrible.
Yeah, I mean, in the first place, I have this question. Why did they even set up a committee? Because you, me, we know that we don't have any film of that magnitude, that positioning. So I don't understand.
But the committee just going forward now. So whether they do or not, but they have to share meet and say, nothing.
So they should meet and say what we already know.
That's what I think 2 weeks ago they had like a Nollywood where they were saying people should send in entries. I was like, but you should know that there's nothing.
I mean, we don't have. Because, yeah, if we did have, it would definitely be in the news. So I don't understand that setup. And are they just being set up to vet the content, or are they being set up to advise people or stakeholders on what to create so that we can have a viable, content?
No, yeah, I think that would happen eventually. They'll first have to go and tell us first things first, maybe in a few weeks, to say, hey, no film qualified this year, but this is what you can do next year. But they tell people all the time the same thing every year, and nothing changes. So we just need another Mami Water to happen before anything, before we can go to the Oscars again.
On WhatsApp, Angel says, pray tell, what does anyone see with K-drama? I guess to each his own. Yep, that is the
same. It's Sean that answered that one, not Irabo or Oris.
What do you mean?
You watch K-drama?
I don't. I've never seen one in my life.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, my mistake.
Your bias shooting out.
Very clearly. I own it very well because I have the women I have around me, they are huge fans of K-drama. So, and for a long time too. So no vex.
You are forgiven. Deji says, please recap the films Nigerians are watching. Okay, let me quickly try to pull that up. And
that's a lot. 20 films. Wow. Okay, keep going.
Okay, so just the films. I will not do the shows in case you want that to influence your watch list. And for number 10, you have Something Like Gold. Number 9, Gemini Man. You have number 8, As Fast and Furious, Hobbs and Shaw. Tokumbo is number 7. Number 6 is Madam Web. Number 5 is Barbarian. Number 4, The Deliverance. Number 3, Outlaw. Number 2, The Day After Tomorrow. And number 1, Rebel Ridge. Okay, so if you move over to the blue one, somehow I can't pull that up. But anyways, gentlemen, would you like to give your final recommendations for today?
Yeah.
Oris? Oris?
Support Nigerian cinema, I guess, and go to filmefico.com. The end.
You don't sound convincing.
Oh, me?
See you.
I'm a patriot, please. Even if I don't believe it, I still think people should go and see this. We go to the cinemas, meet my chef. Oh, yes, see The Weekend. Yes, this is the 3rd or 2nd weekend. So please see The Weekend. Dario Oria, his movie at the cinemas. Chuno Studios.
We will be back next week, and the gentlemen should be back. They give me so much trouble, but I guess we just love them still with their takes and their information on the movie industries. So your social media handles?
Yes, I am Katoris, CATCHORIS on Twitter, and Katorisgram on the Instagram app, and Katoris too on Facebook, which I am back to, by the way.
All right, now, yes.
Just say blue app, red app. Don't be calling name Oris. They will write names.
Again, people from family, I'm going to oh God. I'm finished.
Oh, sorry, that is Irabo. You can be sure that all that is Irabo. All right, so on the other side, it will be Casbah with me playing you the golden oldies for 4 hours, and you know it will be all about African music. You're listening to Smooth 98.1.
And you're listening to
So Cheon, they are going to come and give you a huge bill that you owe them now.
Yeah, she's capable. She's capable.
What did you say?
She's capable. She's capable.
I'm saying that they are going to come and ask you to come and pay plenty money because all of the brands we mentioned on air today.
All right, man.